Hello folks and welcome back to Medieval Total War. I am Conostip and this is going to be part 14 of my early campaign where I'm playing as England. And yeah, so there's a lot going on right now. Less so than when we had forces in the Middle East. That's no longer happening. Yeah, we did fail pretty much everything that we attempted over here. Currently, we are trying to cause some sort of rebellion amongst the Egyptians by using my bishops. I'm going to concentrate them here in Rome to try to cause some sort of maybe a Turkish reemergence. I don't know. It's going to be weird having like Christian bishops causing a Turkish reemergence. That'd be kind of weird. But if we can just use the religious disparity to kind of cause some loyalty issues here, then maybe that can help. Already they're at 123% loyalty. So that's like on the brink of reemergence territory. So we will see. Byzantines are also pushing back as well. So that's nice. But mostly our focus is on our home territories. Our ships are continuing to clean up the Italian Navy, but there's still a lot of boats in the sea that we have eyes on. Yeah, there's still quite a few of them. So we're working on that. I'm keeping a boat each in the North Sea and the English Channel just because I got a couple crusade markers sitting here in Mercia and I don't want them to be invaded, and I don't want that chapter house taken out by, you know, the Germans. They're here. So, you know, they've been like okay so far, but the fact that they distanced themselves from me when the Spanish attacked me was like really disheartening. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about that because at this point, everyone's kind of like friends with themselves except for me. You know, everyone broke their alliance with me when the Spanish, you know, attacked me. So that was really unfortunate. And it's kind of like, it's a little bit confusing because I think that there probably is some sort of counter when people are like when the AI is trying to do its calculations and figure out if factions are very powerful or, you know, very rich, you know, how much territory do they have? You know, are they launching crusades and whatnot? And I was doing all of those things. I was making money. I had some decent armies, you know, it's not tech wise, but you know, I had some numbers and I feel like maybe the AI factions went against me because they considered me to be powerful, but the Spanish are like pushing back the Almohads, you know, like they're like as powerful as me, if not more so. I guess they don't have a navy. That's like the one thing is that they don't have a navy. Yeah. So like, I was making money and they weren't. And I suppose I probably did have a slight edge on provinces. For example, yeah, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know if they have Algeria, but like, you know, 8 or 9, right? And then I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, yeah, 14. And then, yeah, maybe 15 over here. So, yeah, I guess I did have quite a few more provinces and I was making money. So, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I guess I was kind of like the big dog on the block. And that might explain why I've just kind of been jumped on. And, yeah, now it's time to kind of like, I don't know, stabilize, I suppose. It's not even time to push back. It's just time to stabilize. So I have my ceasefire with the Aragonese and the Spanish, but leaving Aquitaine open like this to kick the Italians out of Toulouse makes me feel very insecure here in Aquitaine. As you can see, I have almost nothing here. So the Spanish have just moved up their forces here to Navarre, and that looks like an invasion force. And Aragon, even though they don't have much, like they, you know, have enough to try. They are allied with the Spanish, I believe. Yes, they are. So, like, they can do a dual push into Aquitaine and take their chances. So, the question that I have is, should I just back up? One option is to split my forces and leave half of them in Toulouse and the other half can go back to fight in Aquitaine. Honestly, these forces are so banged up and I have so many, like, half-strength mercenary units that, like, I feel like I need all of these forces themselves to fight together. I don't think it's a case of, you know, let's split these guys up. But then I think that's pretty bad. So the question is, do I just go back right now? I mean, they haven't attacked yet. So like this keep is going to fall in 2 turns. And it would be really nice to get rid of 400 Italians that's on my borders in a siege. You know, I would be taking less casualties in that way. I can't assault the keep. I don't have any artillery. It is just a keep. They don't have the stone outer wall yet, but still, I would take a lot of casualties. Like, for this being a garrison force, this is a decent garrison force because you have to kill them to the last man. You know, so even urban militia, basic spears, militia sergeants, like, you don't want to have to fight this 49 Italian infantry like they would fight very hard. And even the 7 Valor one-man prince himself would be pretty tough. So, like, even though this is a wooden outer wall that I could just kind of like hack through with my axes and spears and swords and whatnot to kind of get in, I would still have to get through the inner gate itself. And again, without artillery, that means I'm just hacking at it, which is very, very bloody. Considering that I can't train any more soldiers right now, like that's a very bad option. It's making me think, like, when I had the opportunity to ransom and pay for those like 2,000 men that I lost in Lesser Armenia, and I was considering, well, I don't know if I can really afford to do that, but it would be nice to have 2,000 men for this fight right now. And this is exactly what I meant by that. It'd be really nice to have those 2,000 men in Aquitaine while I'm finishing my loose ends here in Toulouse. So it's a tough call. A part of me thinks, so like, the Italians are probably going to lose half of their garrison to starvation in this turn, right? And leaving them with like 200-ish. So even if I do get invaded in Aquitaine in this turn, obviously I can just, you know, hold the keep itself. That's fine. I might lose some buildings. I'm not really sure. I might lose... Well, I don't have any administrative buildings here. And I don't have any religious... I do. Well, no, they wouldn't destroy the church because it's, you know, they're Christians, so... Yeah, I don't know if I would automatically lose any buildings in Aquitaine. And then I could just come back and, rescue it. And then potentially, like, if there's only 200 Italians left in Toulouse, and then if the Aragonese join this attack, then maybe just leave a really small force here in Toulouse and then split them up and bring the rest of them back to Aquitaine. That's an idea. I don't want to bring forces down from Anjou and, just kind of cover down. I don't want to do that. I don't want to leave openings for the Germans. Again, we're not at war yet, but I don't want them to see an opportunity, you know? And same for the French, like, leaving Anjou, the French they would be all about that. So yeah, it's a tough situation just because I'm not making money right now. So like what I have is what I have. Until I can clear out this Italian boat and reestablish my trade lines, this is what I have. So, I should get rid of 2 Italian boats here. Although this is, I have 5 boats, 0 command stars, and this is a 1 command star, 2 galleys. So like, I don't know. 1, 1, and 2 is their stats, and I think I have 1, 1, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I do have, it's a better fighting, the Bark is a better fighting boat for sure. But I do think the 1 command star for the galleys, I think I will lose at least 1 boat in this fight. Hopefully no more than 1. It'd be rough losing more than 1 boat. I would have to consider at that point bringing down one of these boats just to kind of fill that gap, which is a tough pill to swallow. Yeah, we'll have to see though. This fleet's going to continue to clear out Italian boats, and then I'm going to send this fleet up to the Adriatic because I think there's an Italian boat up there I want to kind of hunt down. And then you're killing Italians here, right? It's really hard to see that boat, but yeah, I think that's an Italian boat. I don't want to be attacking the Sicilians. Yeah, I'm seeing some green there. Okay. Well, I think I'm at the end of this turn. I do have an emissary who... Yeah, let's try to get... I think I asked her to marry my second son, Prince William, and I think she said no, or the Spanish king said no, so let's ask the Aragonese princess. And yeah, I don't think the alliance will hold... No, okay, so that was on the wrong agent. Can I get this onto the princess? Yes, okay. And yeah, I just need a wife for my my second eldest. My eldest is married. So there is that. And if not, there's a lot of princesses. I could ask these Polish princesses or the Danish princess. I think there's a German princess somewhere. No. There's a French one, but I doubt that they'll say yes. I do have a princess of my own who has been kind of just spying on the Almohads, but I think at this point, let's bring her back up and let's use her. Let's spy on the Italians. And maybe I'm considering using her to reestablish my bond with the Germans, but since they are still allied with the Italians, until I can get a ceasefire with the Italians, it feels like a waste using my princess to marry into a family that's just going to renege on their loyalties, you know? So yeah, it's a tough call. All right, well, this is going to be a scary end-turn, but let's drop this save. I'm almost positive I'm going to get attacked, but let's see what happens here. The good news is I'm not losing as much money now because I lost so many soldiers. I'm only losing 111. Did I not get attacked? What? Okay, so the Byzantines are going to retreat from Constantinople. All right, that's kind of to be expected. What, this is... Are the Sicilians? What are you guys doing? The Sicilians, who have been in Georgia this entire time, I thought that they were allied to the Egyptians, actually, but now they're attacking them with what? That? Like, there's that pitiful little force there. They attacked Armenia? Oh my god. Oh, perfect. Oh, that's so nice. So I did sink 2 of their boats and lost 0. Very, very nice. Sunk 1, lost 0. Perfect. Sunk 1, lost 0. Perfect. Oh my god. And then, yeah, 1 more turn before it falls. Yeah, 264 men remaining in that garrison. And Inquisition in Sicily. All right, well, that's nothing to do with me. Who's... Okay, that's a papal inquisitor. Okay. And the court poet. So a composer of elegant poetry for the Byzantine court, Theodore Prodromus also composes romantic verse, novels, and even, so it is rumored, satirical ditties in Greek for everyone to enjoy. That such a talented man is in the imperial court adds luster to the throne and grants +1 influence and -10% zeal. Yeah, and I don't think that zeal really means anything to the Byzantines, but that influence does for sure. And let's see. So yeah, the Almohads want to offer of alliance. Very, very tempting. Yeah, very tempting, but gosh, I don't know. I still don't know what this really does for me unless it grants me some sort of, like if having allies looks good to the other factions, if they think, oh, he has some friends, you know, he might be more, you know, like if that's how the AI is thinking about it, it could be nice. Or if the AI is thinking, oh, he has Muslim friends, tisk tisk. So I don't know if that is like, if that comes into play in this game, but I'm starting to learn that I think that there's more. I think that there's more that the AI considers in the diplomacy of this game, despite the fact that the diplomacy options itself are kind of bare bones. I think that the considerations that the AI goes through to make its decisions and its deliberations, I think that there's more to it than I had initially thought. Or I don't know. I guess I didn't really know anything really, but I'm starting to wonder if some things that are in Rome, for instance, are actually in medieval when it comes to, like, you know, reputation and whatnot. For any of you who are watching Count MRVHS's medieval Total War videos, where he kind of like talked about the inherency mechanic, one of the things that came up was the idea that if you are ahead, you know, with power or territories or money or glorious achievements of points or any of that stuff, then you can't inherit stuff. And it's making me think, you know, how much of this is going into, like, if it's keeping track, because we get those messages that say like, oh, so-and-so is the most powerful faction, or so-and-so is the richest faction. are these things actually telling us like what this, oh, so-and-so can't inherit stuff, or so-and-so might be ganged up on, diplomatically in a sense. And so I'm starting to wonder if there's a little bit more to it. It's hard to prove, that's for gosh darn sure. But it wouldn't surprise me if they did put in this like role play mechanic of like, all right, I have always suspected, I feel like I have suspected that there is a certain element in the diplomacy of factions siding with their religious brothers in certain disputes. I think that I've noticed that. So let's decline this, and I cannot believe I did not get attacked. So that's perfect. I can just let this fall now. Then, even if they do attack in the next turn, all right, it sucks having to go back to war against Aragon and Spain, but at least the Italians are gone at that, at that point. And I don't think they have a lot of strong forces. Oh, just as I say that. Okay, so they have some forces down here in Serbia. That's interesting. Is there a boat here? No, there's no boat in the Adriatic. There's no boat in the Ionian Sea. Interesting. Okay. So they have a boat here. What's this? A Dromon? Gosh darn it. Yes. Fucking Dromons. They're so hard to kill. So yeah, there's no boats there. So, okay, we got a boat here. What are you? One command. You have a galley, but I have two command stars. So let's kill him. And then let's continue. Let's just move out and move past this and try to get that boat. And then up here, so no Italians got past us. No, they did not. Nope. Let's come down. It's very tempting. There was an Italian boat here, and if they're starting to retreat down the Spanish coast, it's very, very tempting to get these 5 boats back up into my sea regions up here, because the faster that I can make at least some money off of this by trading with how many ports? 1 port, 2 port, 3, 4, 5 ports. That's not bad. That can get me out of the... Hey, whoa, hey, look at that. I'm making 27 florins. And the only thing that changed is that I lost some men to attrition in the siege. That's hilarious. That's the only thing that changed. So I'm actually making some money now. That's really funny. Oh, tough decisions. If that Italian boat is heading back down, then I don't need to chase it. I should probably get this boat back up and reestablish these trade lines. As fast as possible. Yeah, that's probably what I should do. And I do have a trading post in Ireland. Perfect. Okay, thank goodness. What does it take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boats. So I don't need all of them. Actually, yeah, that works because I can leave. But yeah, I have Brittany until Aquitaine. And yeah, you have trade goods. You did not. Oh, you do. Yes, you do. Okay. So let's do, what do we need then? 1, 2, 3. So I think I need just 3 boats up there. 1, 2. Yeah. Yeah, that should be fine. That should be perfect. Okay. Now all we need is to hope that the Sicilians just don't declare war on us because, oh, that would be a nightmare. It's really interesting that I can't view any of the armies or the provinces in this because my boat was in the Adriatic, and typically that means that I thought that the only thing blocking me from being able to see other armies with my navies was if they had a boat, like basically in that same sea that was basically blocking my vision, but they don't have a boat here, so can I only view stuff? I guess I can only like actually view the composition of armies and province stuff if I have an agent in the province itself. Yeah, I guess, yeah, that makes sense. Yep. I think I'm just wrong. Yep, I got it. I got it. And I know that this is going to feel kind of like playing with fire here, but I just, again, feel like I should keep these forces together and not send any of them to Aquitaine. Just because, you know, these 263 men, if they sally out, I don't know. Should I just leave some guys behind and then send the rest over? I feel like they would, you know, come out and fight me, and I feel like that might be a tough fight because, again, look at these forces. Look at how depleted they are, you know? It's hard to say. So I think I'm just going to keep them in Toulouse and just, yeah, hold my breath for one more turn and hope that the Spanish and the Aragonese do not attack me. But yeah, I guess we'll find out. So let's see here. I've moved all of my bishops into Rome except for this last one who's working. He's getting there. And 35% Catholic already. Loyalty's at 140% though, so loyalty has risen. Okay. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe Antioch. Their loyalty is at 122, and Catholicism is at 50% there. But the Turks never held Antioch, so that would never result in a reemergence. Yeah, so that's kind of the thinking there. I'll keep trying Rum for now, and I'll see how that goes. And then, all right, let's go ahead and continue on. Just hold our breath. Come on, don't attack me. Don't attack me. Attack the Alma heads. You know. Ooh, the Germans have a crusade marker in Friesland. Interesting. Wonder where they're thinking about heading. So yes, I did get the Italian boat here in the Gulf of Lions. And the King of Aragon has died from an illness. His heir has taken over. Godwin Hastings has died. I don't know. That might have been Godwine, not Godwin. Godwine. Yeah, that might have been like one of my peasant generals, captains. And yes, Toulouse has fallen to me. Perfect. And I pillaged 1,850 florins. Wonderful. So now I'm only minus 2,000 in the hole. Perfect. And yes, Prince Alfred, my third son, has come of age as well. He should be good because my influence is pretty good now. And yeah, the Aragonese have declined my marriage proposal. Prince Alfred, what do you got? Secret blackmailer. Boo. That sucks. Okay, so he's not going to be losing loyalty yet, but he eventually will. Great warrior. Yep, that's fine. Plus 5 health is fine. And is he 1 star? Damn. I thought he'd be better. I mean, the loyalty is fine, so secret blackmailer is not going to really matter too much. How is my king's influence? Did it go down? Yeah, it's still high. Interesting. Yeah, that's not the stat line that I would expect from a high influence king. You know? Yeah, 1 dread, 1 piety, 1 command, 1 acumen. Nah, at least is loyal. You know, at least there is that. So let's send them down to Aquitaine, and yeah, thank God, no attacks. Perfect. Now, I don't intend to hold Toulouse. I just wanted to break contact with the Italians, and that was it. I just wanted to get that auto ceasefire, which I can do, I think. Because I don't need to continue this attack. In fact, am I making money now? I'm making 42. All right. Making 42. Let's get a boat up to the Irish Sea, and then let's get a boat here, and then here, and then here. And we will see what we can start making just off of those ports that we will be trading with. I can give someone the governorship of Toulouse just for now. If I can find someone that has 4 acumen. Hey, perfect. Yeah, Sir John Macadiel. Yes, you're perfect. Yeah, you're the man for the job here. Actually, the fact that you're still alive is amazing. Only 13 men left in his unit. But yeah, let's make him the... What does this give? Loyalty? Yep, that's fine. And we will make just a little bit of money off of Toulouse while we still own it. And then I can destroy... Oh, there's not much here. Yeah, but I'm just going to go Scorched Earth here. And I'm just going to destroy these buildings. And I'm going to let it go rebel. Or let it get attacked, I suppose, is the other option. Yeah, we can... 50 florins. Perfect. Just perfect. And then 300 florins for getting rid of the farmland. All right, so making 583. Okay. Okay, that's fine though. I think that the thing that worries me is that anytime I've done this before is that the factions that I'm not at war with, who I don't intend to go to war with, will, you know, take these factions that I'm just trying to give up. I'm just trying to, you know, go Scorched Earth and then leave them behind. And then a faction will take them off of me before letting them go rebel first. And then it's like, oh shit, now I'm at war with the Germans, you know, or the Aragonese. I would hope for the Aragonese. Aragon, go ahead and take it. You want to go to war with me? Fine. But not the Germans. The Germans, I'm already bordering them here in Anjou. They have 2 stacks in Burgundy. I have barely 1 in Anjou. They have a stack and a half between Lorraine and Friesland. I have barely 2/3 of a stack in Flanders. So yeah, I just... yeah, fighting the Germans seems tough. So that is not a fight that I would appreciate. Let's see, the Italians. Let's keep spying on them. Oh, that's a handsome looking bugger, isn't he? Prince Enrico. Okay, so he's loyal. He's fine. 5 influence. He's fine. So yeah, he's actually, how old is he? 51. Okay. And let's just keep poking around with my princess. And yeah, if I have to use her to try to get a ceasefire, that's what I'll do. If like the Germans do this, you know, and start a war with me on accident, then I can try to use my princess to get that marriage alliance that turns into a ceasefire. That's what I like. That's the idea. I should be getting an auto ceasefire. That's it. I'm not at war with the Italians. Just like that. Just like that. Lovely. Wow, that was fast. Usually I feel like it takes longer. Okay. Good. Because I was about to start killing Italians. So let's get my boats back into operation here. Let's just get our boats back. Let's just consolidate this fleet. You, and then you. And then you. And we don't have to go all the way back. I should probably count first and see how many I need. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could technically leave 2 boats here and then send the other 4 around. I don't want to invite other attacks though. That's the thing, you know, that's where I'm like, I don't know. It's tough. It's a hard call. The smart way to establish trade networks is to double up, you know, and have 2 boats in each sea region so that you don't invite those types of attacks. I've known that. I just was playing it loose and fast with trying to, you know, focus more on the crusade objectives and not just build all the boats in the world. And yeah, I paid the price for sure. I definitely paid the price here in this campaign. That is, that's for damn sure. So, but right now, like if I were to just pretend like I still had a chance of completing my crusade objectives, and who knows, like maybe by having, if I can send both of these crusade markers at the same time, I don't know if I'm allowed to, but the fact that one was returned to me when I lost Antioch makes me curious if that's like a special circumstance where I can send 2 at once. I don't know the answer to that. So what I'm thinking is that my priority right now, making 583 a turn, and that's going to increase when that's counting the ports of Ireland and Wales, not Wales, but the ports of Ireland now being able to trade with these sea regions, which all were not counted. These 3 ports were not being counted in this 583. So this is going to be quite a bit more, I would expect. My guess is to be like around 1,000 per turn, for instance. And if that's the case, then I can get rid of my debt in 2 turns. And then if it costs 1,000 florins per crusade, then it would just be 2 more turns to send those crusades out. But that would be without any training up of any soldiers. So gosh, it's so hard to decide. I think that I have so many boats, and there's a decent chance if like, okay, so if this fleet is enough to get me linked up to the Bay of Biscay, although without, you know, having double coverage in every single sea region, so that's a little bit risky. But if this fleet's enough to get me there, and then this fleet is, you know, enough to get me here, and then, yeah, it's a lot of boats. So 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, 11 boats in here. And that, you know, definitely gets me to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 boats. So like, so 6, so 4 is in this fleet. I could have quite a bit of double coverage, actually. If I just focus on a route to Antioch, I could have a decent amount of double coverage, I think. And while that is happening, I can probably start to train up soldiers again and get some decent ones. It's like these militia sergeants finally. Yeah, militia sergeants, archers. Hire some mercenaries again. That'd be really nice as well. Is there any other options? Nope, just Flanders. That's so weird. I don't understand that. Yeah, getting some feared men. Wales can do feudal men-at-arms and Celtic warriors. I like the Celtic warriors. They're thematic, they're cheap, and they're pretty good. I would say. Feudal men-at-arms are a very good unit for this stage of the campaign for sure. But like, I don't know, Celtic warriors are kind of dope. You know, they're 20 less support cost, and they're super cheap to train as well. 50 less to train. 40 more men. They're shirtless. I mean, come on. What's not to like? And yeah, same with getting the Highland Clansmen here in Scotland. That feels pretty good. I can't get the Gale glasses yet in Ireland. I can just do the Kerns. But once this keep is finished, then I think I just have to build the... I think I need to build the spearmaker and then the swordsmith. I don't think I can build the swordsmith by having the bowyer. I don't think so. Yeah, just as siege engineer and armorer, so not... Yeah, I would have to get the spearmaker first and then the swordsmith. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, Gale glasses would be nice. They're a good soldier. So, man, it's... Having hope is a hard thing, you know? It's so much easier when you stop caring. But being able to think like, oh, maybe I can still make my crusade objectives. It's like, oh, God. It's like, it eats at me, you know? It really is eating at me. Oh, boy. I wonder if I could make it happen. I will be sending my emissary to try to... I'm going to ask the Sicilian princess, actually. I'm going to see if I can get the Sicilians to allow me to marry into their family. Maybe. I feel like the Sicilians have never said yes to me, ever, in any campaign. It's safer. I should just go to the Danes. The Danes always say yes, and they do have a princess up here in Saxony. But I don't know. I feel like, you know, with the amount of boats that the Sicilians have, if I could get into their good graces, that would be desirable. So let's end this turn, and let's hope that like Toulouse can go rebel before someone attacks it. But if not, second best option would be the Aragonese attack it. Third best option, there ain't one. It's okay. God, okay. So it's an Italian loyalist rebellion. That's probably the worst case. An Italian loyalist rebellion. Oh, that's not what I wanted to happen. But maybe the Germans and or Aragonese will sense an opportunity and they will take it from the Italians. Yeah, maybe. All right, keep has been finished here in Ireland, and the Germans are marching towards Tripoli. Interesting. Hey, look at that! Look at that! Look at that! The Sicilians have said yes to marriage proposal. I love that. Oh no, unhinged loon, Tarkan Kuban. This has been one of my mercenary generals for a very long time, and he's just awful. Yeah, convinced that he has been made pregnant by an elephant, this man inspires nothing except pity and contempt in equal measures among his followers. -3 morale, -30 happiness. Well, yeah, despite the fact that he is a general, I don't think he's going to be leading any armies into battle anytime soon. So, yep, losing this to the Italians. Yep, that was always an option. I just kind of hoped that it would just be like normal peasant rebellion or something, and not freaking loyalist rebellion. So just one archer. Yeah, tempting. All right. So how much money am I making now? I'm making 1,500. All right. There we go. Yeah, that feels good. So let's continue to try to... it's really tempting to spread my boats out thin, but I shouldn't. I shouldn't do it. If I can double up, let's double up. Yeah. Yep, just gotta do it. I do have one other son also who could use a wife now, so an emissary's job is never done. Is that Danish princess still around? Oh, yeah, she is. Yeah, let's go talk to her and see what they have to say. There is a Polish princess, like that's an option, but I feel like the Danes are a bit more... I was going to say they're more important, but like, I don't know, the Poles own 2 provinces that I'm currently trading with, so that's pretty important. The Danes only hold 1 that I'm currently trading with, so yeah. Now I'm wondering if I can just simply get a ceasefire with the Italians using my emissary, because we are back to being at war, but yeah, I don't know. Okay, the Italian Doge just died of an illness, so his heir has taken over, and the Danes have accepted my marriage proposal. Perfect. All right, so all 3 sons are married. -1 acumen, -1 command. Chinless wonder. That's pretty awful, but he's a governor. -1 acumen for a governor. No, you're not a governor. You're just the garrison guy. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Gosh, do I go back to killing Italian boats? I'm tempted to, just because that might kind of force them to the table a bit more. You know, like right now they might be thinking, yeah, we got Toulouse back, but like, you know, no, wait until I mess you guys up, you know? And then they might start to rethink things. Or the other option is, this is what I use my princess for. Just get that alliance. I'm not at war with... Wait, are they friends with with the French? No, they're not. They're not allied. The French are the only faction they're not allied to. So I have a princess. Where's their dude? Where's it? Can I just talk to... Can I talk to one of their emissaries? Yeah. Yeah, let's try to marry into their faction with my princess. So instead of just going on a little rampage right here, let's put my boats here. That means they cannot send troops to Toulouse, so like they're going to be blockaded here. In fact, Toulouse might be, yeah, their loyalty is kind of messed up, but it's not. It's still 126% on low taxes. So like, you know, they're going to be okay. Yeah, it would be nice if Germany or Aragon attacked them, but can't count on it. And we're making 1,100. How did we just lose that much money? How did we just lose 400 florins? I'm not exactly sure on that. Interesting. Okay. Well, we're in the positive. We have 384 florins to spend, but there's nothing really to spend that on. I'm curious that, so the Germans sent out that crusade, and I'm very curious. Like, if I can just, like, you know, I keep doing this, but if I just hire a bunch of mercenaries, and if both of my crusades can march together, if I can do that, then maybe together they will be strong enough to push through the Egyptians. And maybe if we, you know, if the Germans kind of get stuck on the borders of the Egyptian Empire, maybe, you know, whatever's left of their crusade can kind of like march with us, you know? Loyalty is at 185% here in Rome. Damn, it's really... Yeah, they're actually doing okay. And 46% Catholic. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm kind of tempted to just spread my bishops out again so I can go back to having full vision on this region. I really liked that. Hey, check it out. So a reliable guide that can point the way to the north in all weathers and at night is a blessing to sailors. They need not hug the coast, praying that the weather will be kind to them. Now, in larger ships, they can sail with confidence across the ocean. So I can already build the tier 2 boats, the caravels. Is that true? Kind of thought that I needed to wait till the year 1204, but I guess not. And let's see, the Italian Doge has declined my marriage proposal. That's unfortunate. I was hoping I could get that ceasefire. Do I need to start attacking their boats? Maybe I do, maybe I do. Just to kind of teach them a lesson. You know, so they have a 2-star, or they have a 1-star admiral. They have 2 boats here. I have a 2-star admiral and a million boats. So let's just kind of like mess their guys up. They have a 1-star galley. I have a 0-star. Yeah, let's start sinking some Italian boats to teach them a lesson here. And let's take these 4 boats. And I can double up and do 2 and 2 on these 2 sea regions and leave 2 here. Just to double things up. And be a bit safer. And then I can connect them using this fleet as well. And so I'm going to sink these 2 Italian boats, and then I'm going to like ask again and see like, are you sure? Are you sure you don't want a marriage alliance, sir? Even though I do have 1,500 in the bank now so that I could spend some money, it's tempting. It's very tempting. I think that what I'm going to do instead is to save that money up just for a little bit to see, it's going to be, so the thing is that I can't find out if I can launch both crusades at the same time until I just try it, you know, so I would have to launch one and then say yes, and then launch the other one and see if I can, you know, launch it. And, if I'm not ready to launch that crusade, then, you know, then I have to it's going to like lose momentum. It's going to be losing troops sitting around in my own territory while I train up soldiers or, you know, I wouldn't have enough money to hire mercenaries, for instance. So like, I wouldn't be ready to go right away. So I feel like I need to save up a little bit of money first before I do that. I was able to sink 2 Italian boats here, so, and they lost 1 boat here. All right. Marriage proposal. This is between myself and the Germans. No shit. Okay. So it's going to be our princess and their royal line. The thing is that I don't think, I mean, we're still at war with the Italians and they've shown no indication that they would stand by my side. So I feel like I'd just be wasting a princess. So I'm going to decline this. And Honorable Warrior Edward Stewart. Morale and minus dread. Okay. Alright, what do we got? 2,600 in the treasury, and I'm making 1,200. So I just have to combine. Just get these 2 boats up here. And then just like that, I will be trading with 1, 2, 3, 3 more ports, just like that. And I can continue to fight Italian boats, 0 stars versus my 1 star, so just kind of get you out of the way. And then after that, I might just ask him again and see, like, are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to, you know, talk to me? All right, 1, 2. So we just need to send 4 boats in this direction to get coverage on these 2 sea regions. And then we can start to kind of push out again. You know, the Italians still have boats around and we're, you know, still at war with them. So like, it's a little bit tricky. We can't go too... We can't go too light, you know, on our naval coverage, that's for sure. One other thing that is worth considering is that, and I'm kind of surprised I never counted this before, but I just counted these sea regions, and the southern route, if I were to go along the North African coast, is only going to be 6 sea regions to get from the Straits of Gibraltar to the Eastern Mediterranean. But if I go the northern route, and I understand the reason why I've always taken this route is because there's more money involved when I'm first getting my trade boats in the water, getting into these sea regions like the Ligurian Sea, you know, and the Adriatic with all of their ports, there's a lot of money to be made. So I get why I always do that, but, you know, if I'm at war with the Italians and I can't trade with them, then there's no point in doing this. And it's 10 sea regions to go this route. And that's just going straight through. That's avoiding the Adriatic. That's just kind of going straight from the Straits of Gibraltar to the Eastern Mediterranean using the northern route. So if I needed to, if I felt like it, what I could do is I could bring my boats down and just go the southern route. That allows me to double up even more effectively on my fleets. And I would require less boats. How many ports are down here? Really not much. Yeah, the Gulf of Gabes I could trade with, and then that's it. Oh god. Oh, there's not a lot of money down here. Yeah, there's not a lot of money, but if I don't really have the boats and the naval power that's required to fight the Italians effectively without completely consolidating my naval forces as I've done, you know, that's going to be tricky. If they're pumping out boats that I need to, you know, basically need like a 5 or 6 stack to defeat, like that's going to be kind of tough because I can't build my caravels yet. I would have to build my 2nd tier of a shipbuilding, which, how much would that cost? 600 florins. Huh. Interesting. It doesn't say that I can build a caravel. Do I have to wait till the year 1204 to build a caravel? I got that compass message which indicated that I could start building my deep sea water boats, but I don't know. It didn't say. It doesn't say that I can. Yeah, it needs compass. Like, all right. That's to get the Shipbuilders Guild, but it doesn't say that I can build anything. So yeah, I might have to double check that. And now the German crusade has made it to Constantinople, and together with the Byzantines, they have put the Egyptians under siege here, although the Byzantine forces are looking pretty light. There has been some gargantuan battles here in Constantinople, and by the looks of things, it looks like the Egyptians and the Byzantines are kind of like bleeding themselves dry. I was going to say initially that this 600-man force in this crusade is looking pretty light, but the Egyptians themselves are looking kind of light as well. Yeah, I should continue. Yeah, I decided to spread my bishops back out again because I would just rather have vision, you know? I would rather have vision on this territory than... Yeah, I didn't feel like I was making any progress with getting that rebellion going. Yeah, I'm curious to see what other forces the Egyptians have, because I kind of want the Germans to fail with their crusade so that I can take Tripoli, but you know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it either, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, I guess. The fact that I have 3,800 florins in the bank, and the fact that I'm going to make an extra 2,000 at the end of this turn. In fact, I might make more because that's not counting the fact that I'm going to be making money off of these ports now. Yeah, that's 4 more ports that are going to be counted for. So I think that now is the time for me to bring... Let's go ahead and bring my mercenaries, the ragtag group that's left. Let's bring them back up to Murcia. I've been having them hang out in Aquitaine just to kind of, you know, look menacingly back at the Spanish and Aragonese to kind of say, hey, back off. Don't look at me that way. But let's bring them back up to Murcia and hope that, you know, my humble little regional holding force here in Aquitaine is going to be able to do the job here. In fact, oh god, do I need to start training stuff again? I suppose I should. Let's start doing militia sergeants, hoblars, Royal Knights, 325. Shoot. Let's wait. Let's wait until I send these crusades, because 2,000, you know, if I can send both of them at the same time, that's 2,000 florins. I'm going to have like 5,000 something florins, so 2,000 spent on that, and then maybe another, you know, however many mercenaries I can buy as well. So let's hold off on this and just hope that, again, the Spanish and the Aragonese do not attack me. Let's just kind of hold our breath on that. So, all right, let's end this turn. And I have my princess. She's about to retire, but she's going to try one more time to try to get that ceasefire with the Italians. So we can kind of cross our fingers and hope that that works out. It would be really nice if they just kind of took the ceasefire. Ooh, the Poles are taking Lithuania. Okay, good for them. And yes, she did retire, so she wasn't able to get that marriage alliance. The Egyptians are having a hard time holding Georgia. Okay. Lord Fitzgilbert, +2 loyalty, perfect. And yep, was not attacked. Love it. Awesome. Love to see it. How much money am I making? 3,700 monies now. Yeah, that feels good. Feels good. How's the German Crusade doing? The German Crusade is marching along. It has 500 men. And how is the Egyptian strength? There is a force in Lesser Armenia, 700 men, but not great. 6-star general though. And there's a force in Armenia. Who else? Syria. They're trying to make it to Tripoli, so like, you guys could come up as well and help out Tripoli. Yeah. There's a chance they don't make it. There's a chance. Alright, well let's go ahead. I did bring up my younger princess who just came over. And let's see if I can get... Wait. Yeah, I have to try to get a ceasefire, that's right. Come on, get that ceasefire. Let's go. Alright, I'm thinking about leaving these guys here. I'm tempted to. And then send the rest of them down. And then spread my fleets out this way. Along the North African coast. Now, let's see if I can send both crusades. My zeal's at 79%, so the strength of the crusades should be decent. And let's go Antioch and Edessa. So, wait, 250 florins? That's it. What? Where are these numbers coming from? Okay. So, yeah, we got that. But then, can we send another one or no? No, so okay, we have to only do one at a time. Ah, that's too bad. I think I'm gonna run out of time unless I can get my fleets. Yeah, unless I can get my like boats linking up. Yeah, if I can do that, that would be good. I'm making more money on these provinces, but like... maybe I just need to go for it and spread my boats along the North African coast. I could start building more boats too. You know, that's an option for sure. Alright, so what did we get? Oh, not much. 2 ordered foot soldiers and 1 Knights Templar. That's it. Wow. Alright, well. Okay, well, let's throw these guys in. And, oh, shoot, I was supposed to hire those mercenaries beforehand. Oh, damn. Yeah, damn. I always forget. That's a tricky timing thing, you know? Yeah, that's really tricky. Let's see here. I should still do it, I suppose. Let me think about this. Yeah, no matter what I do, they're going to be weakening those mercenaries that I hire. Oh, it's such a janky thing. It's tough, but that's just how it is, I guess. Let's do, or no. I can bring the crusade down to Flanders, then hire mercenaries, and then immediately throw them into the crusade. Yeah, that's how that works. Okay. So let's come down here. I don't want them to hoover up soldiers from these armies. So let's bring this army down to Normandy. And no one should attack me, Germany and France. No one should attack my crusade. I have 1,700 men here, okay. I'm gonna have to retrain that peasant unit, but that's fine. Hopefully next turn we have enough mercenaries in the pool as well, so fingers crossed. And now that we're not paying for those men's upkeep, we are making almost 5,000 per turn. So I think that I need to use that, and I think I need to come down here and start spreading out along the North African coast. Because there's a chance that I can just go bang, 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 and just like send a bunch of crusades and get all of my territories in time to reach my glorious achievements goals. I think that, all right, so what do I need to do here? So I'm making a lot of money. Let's train Hoblars, militia sergeants, royal knights, archers. I get a discount for them, so let's do archers. Boats from Flanders. Let's see here. I'm tempted to go archers. Yeah, let's do archers in Wessex, feared men in Mercia, and then feared men in Northumbria, Highland clansmen in Scotland, Celtic warriors in Wales, and Kerns in Ireland. Yeah, that's a lot of training. That's a lot of stuff getting trained up, but I'm thinking that my next crusade can have more native troops and not so many mercenaries to kind of lessen the impact of the upkeep hit, I think. That's kind of the idea there. Now we are on the next turn, so let's go ahead and hire up these mercenaries here. Oh, it's a way smaller pool. Oh, God. That's rough. All right, well, yeah, let's just do what we can. Yeah, hire them up. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe because, you know, I just wouldn't be able to stop myself. I would just hire anything every way. So maybe it's a good thing that it was a smaller pool. I'm still going to be hoovering troops up on my way across. So there's that. 2,500 men. And let's go. Let's see who has more zeal. 74% and 100% and a bigger armor here in Lorraine. So yeah, let's go to Lorraine for sure. Yes. Okay. Okay. Making 4,200. All right. And I'm spreading my boats across the North African coast. Spain has Algeria. Yes, they do. Yeah, they have some decent stacks here as well. Numbers wise, that is. I don't know about quality, but the fact that they still have 2 stacks on my border is like nerve-wracking. It's like, God, guys, go away. And the Italians continue to say no to me, so I'm going to keep asking them. Maybe they will change their mind. And who do we have here? Sir William Marshall. Okay. Don't know who that is. I need to learn about English medieval history. I don't know anything about it. You know, I got caught up trying to learn about ancient history because I'm playing Rome right now, and I just completely fell behind in my learning of the Middle Ages. So I just started listening to the British History podcast just a little bit. a little while ago, and it's, you know, it starts with the like Neolithic era, so I'm just going to be a while before we get to Sir William Marshall. That's for gosh darn sure. But yeah, it's a very familiar name. Like, it seems like everyone, yeah, pretty sure I've heard that name before. 5 stars, 5 acumen, fantastic, 3 dread, 3 piety, super loyal, and mighty warrior, plus 10 health, plus 2 valor. God damn, this guy's a G. Yeah, I wouldn't mind him heading on my crusade. Oh, damn, I just realized I don't have a general for my crusade. Wait, no, yeah, I do. Sorry, I freaked out. I made a freak out. Yeah, I have a 3-star general. Where are you? Sir Stephen Roos. Are you one of my mercenaries? I know the name. Oh, there you are. Oh, shit. I brought Prince Alfred along on my crusade. How the hell did I get you mixed up in this? Oops. Okay. I'm not sure. He must have been in Mercia. He must have gotten crowned in Mercia, and then I just got him mixed up there. Oh, that's what happened. That's a funny way to go on crusade. Oh, boy. Well, it's a good thing he's my 3rd in line. Oh, dear. Yeah, Godspeed, son. Hopefully this crusade goes way better than all the other ones. And Sir Stephen Roos. 4 loyalty, not great. No, yeah, not great. Black Manther, -3 loyalty. But natural leader is good. Ugh. Oh, yeah. All right. Godspeed. Oh, hey, it's Homelands time. So I did just score 17 points for Homelands. All right. Hopefully that I had all of them. Yes, I did. I wasn't even paying attention to that. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. And I'm curious to see if anything changes in that regard in the next... Oh, wait, am I ahead? Oh, shit, I'm ahead. Okay. Ugh. So much for painting a target on my back. Man, oh man. All right, well... Hopefully that doesn't end up biting me back. And let's see, so we had 24... Jesus, we gained a lot of guys. We went from like 2,500 to 3,400. Just from going into Lorraine. Alright, what's our options? Franconia, that's our only option. What's the zeal here? No idea? Okay, well, that's where we're going. Oh, and I think that the German crusade got pounced on. They had made it down to like Rum or something, but yeah, I think they just got pounced on. It's funny that you don't get messages for that, you know? Like, that's a pretty important thing that just happened. And, okay, so next turn we're going to find out. I'm going to see what the German Emperor's influence is. Because I wonder if he's going to be having some issues in his territories now from a loss of influence. I'm very, very curious. Now my king has died. Yes, it is time to move on. He had a tumultuous reign, I gotta say, but he did get us through that. And now it's time for... I can't remember. It's not William, is it? It's not William, it's not Alfred. Remember the names of my 2nd and 3rd sons, but not my 1st son. Yeah, that's how that goes sometimes. Spanish king has died from an illness as well. Same with the Holy Roman Emperor has died from an illness. All right. Almohad Khalifa is still trying to get an alliance. Sorry, guys. It's too dangerous. And yes, the Italians still do not want that marriage proposal. I'm just going to see. I'm going to keep bothering them. The general of my crusade is now pious. That makes sense. +3 piety. And +1 acumen for Sir Richard Poole. Okay. So what are we at now? 32. So we lost some guys. That's weird. So we went from what, 34 to 32, even though the zeal here is at 96%? Like, what? It's so weird. All right, going to Bohemia. There's more men here, so hopefully we do okay. Any changes here? It doesn't look like it. Yeah, we're still making the same amount of points, I think. All right, that all looks good. And my new king is down here. 3 influence. Okay, well, we have a crusade on the way, so hopefully that saves us. Let's get you up to Flanders. I feel safer having my kings up here. Although having them block a 4-star general doesn't feel good. How does... So Prince William, you're here, and Prince Alfred is on crusade. Right, got it. You are married, correct? You are... 1 loyalty. Shit. Damn. Damn. Okay, so that's interesting. Because he was not that bad before. And there's something that Count MRVHS has suspected that I've been pretty skeptical of myself, which is that the brothers that get passed over essentially for succession, not passed over, but they're just not in, they're too young. He has suspected that they lose loyalty. And I feel like I've never paid attention to this because they're always in the same stack as my king. But like he for sure was not 1 loyalty before. I thought Prince William was at 4 loyalty before, 4 or 5 maybe. So there's 2 aspects to this. Either he's losing loyalty because this is a low influence king, or he lost loyalty because he is, not you, but because he got passed over. How about let's check on Alfred. Where are you at? You were just lost in the shuffle. There you are. So he still has a ton of loyalty. But you're not the head of a stack. But neither are you. You're not the head of the stack either. He's the head of the stack. So that has nothing to do with it. I mean, I guess the good news is he's not the head of the stack. So he should not be in danger of taking over command of this stack from Lord Talbot. I think. Let's check the other loyalty of my other guys. Yeah, they're all fine. It's just my shitty younger brother. Okay. And this is really good news as well. My new king does have a 13-year-old son, so he's going to be of age in 3 turns, and that's going to be very nice. Now, it'd be nice if my influence was higher in 3 turns, but that's not going to be the case. So Prince Edmund, he might not end up being the greatest king ever either, but you know what? As long as we just keep the line moving along here, and can we just, maybe if I try my emissary and I just get a ceasefire, maybe asking for a marriage alliance is too much. Maybe if I just send him over and just get a gosh darn ceasefire. Let's cancel that and let's just send her to take his place. You're 19 years old, so yeah, you have time. You're 22 as well. The Byzantines have retaken Constantinople, but the Egyptians look like they're sort of regrouping, don't they? They look kind of like they're in okay shape. Oh, goodness. And my crusade general also lost loyalty. He's down to 2 loyalty. That is so bizarre. Oh, God, that's bad. Oh, man. I mean, I don't think the crusade is going to go rebel. Like, that would be insane. But, once these units are in, wherever they reach, wherever they end up, but wherever they are, then I think that loyalty might come into effect. Ooh, yeah, especially if he's not connected via shipping lines to the influence of my king. Yeah, it's going to be a really treacherous moment. Here is an historical general that I kind of know something about, Sir Simon de Montfort the Elder. So yeah, again, tons of dread. It really seems to go hand in hand with the English generals here. 2 command, a bunch of dread, 2 piety, 2 acumen. Tough justice, so he is draconian in his measures when suppressing rebellions, executing everyone involved and many innocents around him. No one is safe. +3 dread, -10 happiness. So the +3 dread does outweigh the -10 happiness, so I guess that is fine. Secret pride, so -1 command, +3 valor. And yeah, he's in a unit of militia sergeants for valor, pretty decent. So he is the one that did persecute or lead the armies against the Cathars down in basically Toulouse, right? The fact that it says the Elder, I don't know, I'm not sure about that, and it's kind of weird that he's fighting for the English, isn't it? Because he was French. I mean, it's Simon de Montfort. I'm trying to think. I know that he ended up having territory in England, and I thought that he ended up going there at some point. But then maybe, see, the fact that it's the elder, is that because there was different, there's another Simon de Montfort, I thought. And the other one, was it just his dad? Shit, I don't know. I should stop talking. There we go. But yeah, I did listen to the history of the Cathar Crusade podcast and the history of the Crusades podcast. Yeah, that was very interesting to learn about. Oh no, the Italians are just really going hard on Toulouse, and that's what I get for not blockading that sea region. Yeah, that's going to be very tough. All right, let's see. The Poles are welcoming me in their lands. That part's good news. The Egyptians have the strongest military might, and I'm about to be marching right on into it. Flooding Northumbria, that sucks. Yeah, so I have to rebuild that town watch there. And income has been halved as well. Walter Talbot has died. And yeah, the Italians just want war. They don't want any stupid ceasefires. Oh, that's tough. The good news is I'm building up a crusade army, so I can just send that down here to Toulouse and just mess them up. Yeah, I guess that's going to be the play. Luckily, the Italian armies don't appear to be too strong. They have a bunch of these Genoese sailors, which is it's a decent hybrid archer unit. 7-star general, yeah, pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Ooh, minus 30% of bribery cost. Interesting. Ooh. Gosh, I'm curious. I just want to know what would the cost be? Let's see. It would cost 28,000 to bribe him, and I don't have that much, but that's interesting. All right. But yeah, other than that, mounted crossbows, a couple urban militias and peasants. So that army's not that strong, and neither is this one. Again, mounted crossbows, Genoese sailors, archers, Slav warriors, urban militia. Yeah, not too strong. So it's going to be easy enough for me to bring down these forces. Let's see, I can bring... You can come with... And merge you guys all up together. And then bring you down to Aquitaine. And then they can march onto Toulouse in the next turn. And yep, smash up the Italians again. And then, by the time we're done smashing up the Italians, I suppose that these armies are going to be ready to sail off to the Holy Land. Because... we are on the doorstep of the Egyptians. The Byzantines are down to the last province. They have Bulgaria, and it looks like that is it. So they are in a rough spot. Yeah, they've had a tough fight against the Egyptians. And the Egyptians seem to have rebounded quite nicely, considering that not too long ago I was thinking, all right, they look kind of bare bones. And now I'm thinking, I don't know, are they? They got some stuff in Greece. They have some stuff in Constantinople. Some stuff in Nicaea and Trebizond. It all adds up. It's kind of spread out right now, but it adds up. They have some decent stacks here in Armenia. And then, yeah, it's all spread out, Tripoli, Syria. So it's one thing, like if I could sail to these places and take them in one go and then hold off counterattacks that might be kind of trickled on in a little bit. That might be a bit easier, but marching through this could be kind of a slog, because I'd be losing men to attrition as I do that. So we'll see. I will try this and see if this works. If not, I am just one turn away from being able to have boats in the Eastern Mediterranean, and then I can start sending troops in to support in this. Like, I don't need to necessarily... Like, I don't want to take Antioch, right? Because that would make my crusade disappear, I think. But I could, invade Tripoli. And I would let it go rebel again, sure. But I could just kind of invade these peripheral territories to kind of, ease pressure off of my crusade as it tries to make its way to Antioch. Yeah, that's an idea. And I have the forces. I've built them up. In fact, where's Sir William? There you are. Yeah, so I would bring down these 3 stacks is what I'm thinking as support for my crusades. Or if that crusade that's already on its way doesn't need any help, then I can send those forces in my 2nd crusade. Or that by then it'll be my 3rd crusade, but you get the idea. However, that is all going to have to wait until next time. It's been very nice to be able to kind of feel like I get my feet back underneath me. And again, it's very nice to kind of feel that warm, glowing feeling of hope again. Before I go, I just wanted to say that if you're enjoying these videos and you would like to support the channel, then consider subscribing, liking, and sharing. It all helps immensely. Until next time, this has been Consolidating playing Medieval Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.